Hi, so this is our first day activity. This is for those people that didn't quite understand what we were supposed to do today. I'll try to make this really quick. All right, so it says right here, learning targets. Find the slope of a line given 2 points in a given graph of a line. Determine when a slope is positive, negative, 0, or undefined. So it says part 1 right here. See right here? You're going to Google slope applet and click on the first site, Math House Warehouse. Okay, you can do it right on your phone or an app. So right here, I have Googled slope. Can you guys see that? Slope applet. You guys see that? And the very first one, you see the word Math Warehouse in green right underneath there. Oh, you guys can't see this. I meant. Ooh, can you guys see this? Kind of glary. I'm trying so you can see this. It says, oh, it's so glary. How can I get this so you guys can see this? Can you guys see? I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't even see it. I'll try to turn it. All right. It's the very first one. It says interactive slope. Okay. I'm going to have to. My phone just turned off. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh my goodness. Okay, I pressed it. See, it says Math Warehouse at the top. So it's going to it. Then you're going to scroll until you find a graph. See this graph right here? This is the graph you want. Okay. Now this is going to be really hard to see, but there's my graph. So you drag it to that where it says drag points to start applet. Okay. So in the very first thing, says drag the 2 points and change the direction of the line. So scroll down to the graph with 2 red dots, drag the 2 points and change the direction of the line. So you can just practice. You can practice just dragging the points. Now you want to try to get it, drag it to a corner so you don't have any decimals. Drag it to a corner. Okay. Now, if you go up here, right here above it, it actually tells you what that slope is. Okay, see up here? It actually showed you how to find the slope. And that slope that I have right now is currently negative 1/3. And it's going down. Do you guys see that? That's a negative slope. When it goes down from left to right, it goes down. So if you'll notice in question 2, it's the same question as 2A and 2B. So we're going to change one of these to positive. Let's change the first one to positive slope. If a line has a positive slope, what is the general direction moving from left to right? Now, left to right, so like for example, this one right here, left to right, start at left, go right. So that looks like it's going up. This one is going up from left to right, from left to right. Now, what is that? Is that a positive slope or a negative slope? So what you need to do on your applet, gosh darn, my phone keeps turning off. All right. So what I need to do is I need to drag my point so that one of them's going up. So I'm going to drag this so it's going up left to right. See that? See I just did that? Now go up here to the top. Oops. Go up to the top. Oh my gosh, I'm having trouble with this. All right, go up to the top. And that slope is 1. That's positive. So if you have a slope that looks like this, rising, it goes up left to right, it's a positive slope. So you need to write, if a line has a positive slope, what is the general direction moving left? It goes up. Or you can say it rises. Okay? Now, what would happen if you drag this down so that it's going down left to right? So from left to right now, it's going down. So look up here at the top. See how it says negative 1/3? Mine says negative 1/3. Yours might say something else because it depends where you dragged it, but mine's saying negative. So if it's from left to right, if it's going down, it's negative. If it's going down, it's negative. So you would say it goes down. Or it falls left to right. It goes down. That's the key word. First one, positive slopes go up. Describe the direction line with a slope of 0. So you might have to play around with this a little bit. I wish my phone was. So slope of 0 is a positive slope. So I'm going to drag my dot here. It's not letting me drag. Okay, right there. Do you see right there? See how it's going straight across? If you look at the top up here, see how that big 0 is? That's a slope of 0. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0. And the reason that is because when you take y2 minus y1, the difference of the y's, it means the y coordinates are the same thing. You will have a 0 on the top. Anytime you have a 0 on the top of your slope, it's a 0 slope. So the direction of a line with a slope of 0 is horizontal. Okay, horizontal. Some of you groups had all that stuff. Horizontal. Describe the direction line whose slope is undefined. That means you cannot ski down it. You cannot ski down the vertical line. So let's go back to our app here. And let's see what would happen if I moved my dot so that the line was up and down like that. You guys see how it's up and down? I know it's really hard to see, but see how it's up and down? Look at the slope up here. See the big word undefined? Undefined slopes are vertical. So describe the direction line whose slope is undefined. You would say vertical. Up and down. You can even draw it. This is what an undefined slope looks like. Horizontal looks like this. Slope of 0. Maybe give yourself some notes. Slope of 0. Slope undefined. Okay, write some little notes here. So a horizontal line has a slope of 0. A vertical line has an undefined slope. So using 4 different colored pencils, sketch a line that has given slope and then identify the color. So a positive slope, I'm going to go get some colored pencils here. Let's see. I'm going to use blue. Okay, blue. A positive slope. So I'm just going to draw anything. So I'm just going to put a point here, and that is a positive slope. You guys can't see what I just did. I'm sorry. Okay, that's a positive slope. Blue, positive slope. It's rising from left to right. See how I made myself a little note up here? Positive slopes go up and down, left and right. So in green, okay, I can't even see that. I'm going to do red. Sorry, green. Green, negative slope. So let me go look at my notes. Negative slope goes down, falls left to right. I didn't draw that, but it should look like that. Okay, so anywhere on the graph, just pick 2 points. Pick 2 points, draw a line through them, and that's a negative slope. Red. I'm going to do a red 0. A 0 slope is horizontal. So just pick 2 points that are straight across from one another. I'm doing it down here. See my 2 red dots? And just draw a horizontal line. That's a 0 slope. And then I need one last color. Let's see, do I have any other colors in here that you could see? Brown. Brown, brown, brown. Brown. Pick 2 dots. And that's a no slope. So I'm going to give you guys a little pattern to remember. So positive slopes go up. Oops. Positive slopes go up. Watch this. It's called my slope mountain. That's positive. So I'm going to put a little positive there. Positive. I used green for negative. So this is my negative slope. I used red for 0. And brown is a undefined or no slope. Undefined looks like this. Undefined, no slope. So here's my little story. If you're going skiing and you're going up a hill, you have positive feelings because you're with a partner and you're all having fun and everything looks good because you're on the little gondola, is that what it's called? You're up there, it's taking you up and everything's happy, the scenery is beautiful. You get to the top of the hill and you realize that this thing's really steep and there's trees all over the hill and you're like, why am I skiing with trees on the hill? And you start having negative thoughts and you're like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And you start thinking negative thoughts, or maybe you break your leg on the way down. That's negative, right? So negative when you're falling down is negative. And then there's something called cross-country skiing. When you're going from the bottom of the hill back to the lift, it's cross-country skiing, 0 degree difficulty. There's no angle, 0. So you're allowed to ski with a 0 slope. It's called cross-country skiing, back and forth. That's what I like to do. I like to stay on the ground. I don't like to go up or down. I just like to stay horizontal. That's 0. And then you got over here. You cannot ski down this. It is impossible because of gravity to go from the top of a mountain or top of it, let's say a wall, and ski directly. You can't stay on it because of gravity. You would fall over here somewhere. So you cannot ski down the vertical line, but you can ski on a 0 slope. You just cannot ski on a no slope or undefined slope. So these are your 4 slopes. Okay, back to the back. So it says, so by the way, this is a positive slope. Let me get my pen here. It says find the slope of the lines in the graph below. First identify 2 points of the graph, order pairs, and then count rise over. All right, so we're just going to count. So this point right here looks like it's right here. So just try to find 2 points that are on corners. Like, no, like right here, it hits the corner. And then what you're going to do is you're going to count rise. So how far do you go up? So in this one, you went up 1. See that? That's a rise. That means 1 is on the top. And then how many do you have to go over? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is your slope. Or if you wanted, on your app, you could try to put these points. So this point right here is at negative 3, 0. I could try to put my points. I could try to put this at negative 3, 0. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can do this. There's negative 3, 0. And then the other one looks like it's at 1, 1. You could try to put, wait, that's not 1, 1. Put it at 1, 1. These are the 2 points that are on this graph. You guys see this? I put the 2 points on the same points as the graph. I dragged it to negative 3, 0 and 1, 1. And at the top, it tells me my slope is 1/4. So it actually will do it for you if you can drag your points to the same points that's on this graph. I think it's easier just to count. So we're going to find 2 points. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So find 2 points. I see point 0, 3. And then this point right here is 6, 0. Okay, find 2 points that it goes right through the box. So you're going to go rise over run. Okay, now in this case, you have to fall to get over here. So we're not going to do a rise. You're going to fall. That automatically means it's negative slope to me. That automatically means this is a negative slope. Also, if you go back to your mountain, it looks like this side of the graph. It looks like the green side. It's going down. You guys see how this is going down? That's negative. So your first number is going to be negative. Okay, so how many do you have to go down? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you had to go down 3. So that's negative 3. Okay, and then how many do you have to count over? So from here, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's negative 3 over 6. Now, what that means is I can reduce that. Negative 3, 6 is really negative 1/2. This is the reduced answer for my slope. So let's look at that. Down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2. So if you start at the top point here, if you start at the top point and you went down 1, right 2, guess what? You're still on the line. There was another point we could have picked. Or you could have picked this point, down 1, right 2. So you could have picked this point. That was right through a box. Down 1, right 2. So you can either use a bigger slope like down 3 over 6, or you can use the smaller sections, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, and just keep counting. So this slope is a negative 1/2. So if you see 2 numbers that can be reduced, you should reduce them. But they're both the same because it still gives you from one point to another on the line. Okay? Again, you can drag your points to these points. So try your applet. Try putting one point at 0, 3. Try putting one point at 0, 3. And then try putting another point at 6, 0. And see what your applet says. Does it say it's negative 1/2? It should. Okay, so let's find 2 points on this line. Now, it's got to be points that go through a corner. So I see one here. That point, right, by the way, is 0, 1. Drag your point on your applet to 0, 1. I see another point at right here. There's one here and there's one up here. So which one? It doesn't matter which one you like. I like this one. Okay, this point right here looks like 1, 2, 3, down 1. It looks like 3, negative 1. I'll give you a second. Drag your applet to these 2 points, 0, 1, and then drag it to 3, negative 1, and see what your slope says on your applet. Or count. This is another negative slope. You guys see how it's going down again? So we're going to go down 1, 2. That's negative 2. And over 1, 2, 3. So your slope is negative 2/3. That's what your applet should say as well. So this one, I see a point here, and that point looks like negative 2, 1. Try to find the point negative 2, 1. Drag one point to negative 2, 1. Another point on this line is, here's one right here. Drag another point to negative 1, negative 1. But just so you know, there's another point right here. There's another point. You could have dragged one of your points to 0, negative 3. There's so many points on this line. Here's another one. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could also drag it to 1, negative 5. Drag it to any 2 of these points. Pick 2 points and see what the slope says. I'll give you a second. So what is the slope? I'm going to count. I'm going to pick any 2 points. I'm going to pick the 2 closest ones together. I'm going to pick these 2 right here in the middle. So what do we have to do? We have to go down how many? How many is that? From here to here. That is 2. So that's -2. And how many do you have to go over to the right? Right, whenever you go to the right, it's a positive number. So that's 1. So your slope is -2 because -2 divided by 1 is -2. Okay, so there's your 4 slopes. Now to calculate these, if the graph's not big enough for these, then you have to know how to do the math. So the formula to find a slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's the difference of your y's over the difference of your x's because it's rise over run. I always remember that because rise sounds like y's. So I like to do this. This is x1 and this is y1, x2, y2. Some people like to write their ordered pairs on top of one another. That way they don't mix up. So now these are your x's and these are your y's. So the first thing you want to do is subtract your y's. The second one, the bottom one minus the top one. So you would go, slope is 9 minus 3. See how that's a y and that's a y? 9 minus 3. And then your x's, start from the bottom to the top, is 7 minus 10. So your answer should be 6 over -4, which can be reduced. Take a 2 out of both of those to -3/2. And that's your slope. That's kind of a big one. So let's try, this one's going to be smaller. Let's go ahead and write our ordered pairs on top of one another like this. What do you notice right now? Do you see how these x's are the same? That's going to be one of those vertical or horizontal ones. Maybe you're not sure which one it is right now, but whenever your x's are the same or your y's are the same, it's either going to be a vertical or a horizontal slope. Let's find out which one it is. So your formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to do the y's first. So it's 3 minus 2 over 4 minus 4. Now 2 negatives make a what? Everyone know that? Positive. So that's 5. 4 minus 4 is 0. Now, if you're not sure if that's a 0 or undefined, 0 is never allowed to be on the bottom. So this is an undefined slope. So this one is undefined, which means if you graphed it, it would be vertical. Let's see what it looks like if you graph this. 4, -2 is here, and 4, 3 is here. See how that's a vertical line? Now, these are small enough that you could have done this on the applet. Okay, so let's just do that real quick. The first point was 4, -2. Let me do this. My graph's too small. Okay, it's not letting me move my graph. I'm not doing this very good, huh? Let me reset this. Oh, there we go. 4, -2. Let's see. Is that 4 negative? Nope, that's 4 -1. I think that's 4 -2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's 4 -3. I can't see it. 4 -2 is right there. And the other one was 4, 3. 4, 3. Okay, so there's one at 4, -2 and 4, 3. And then up here at the top, do you see how it says undefined? Undefined. I dragged the points to the points it said, and then it says undefined at the top. Okay, so you can also do this on the applet if the numbers aren't that big. But I think these numbers on the next one are too big, so we're going to do the math. So slope is y minus y. I'm going to line these points up, 2, 10, and 8, 7. Okay, let's do our y's first. So do bottom to top, 7 minus 10. And then the x's, 8 minus 2 is -3 over 6, which you can reduce to -1/2. This is your answer. M is -1/2. I should circle these because I'm getting really messy here. These are answers. Okay, so I'm going to write my ordered pairs underneath each other. Okay, so my slope is, do your y's first, 5 minus 3 over 8 minus 7. Do you guys see that? Which is 2 over 1, which is 2. Circle, that's your slope. Slope is 2. On this one, so let's write our ordered pairs underneath each other. These are your y's. So your m is 5 minus 11 over 9 minus 12 for -6 over -3. Now what is that? What is -6 divided by -3? Positive 2. And that's your slope. And the last one, 6, 2, and 3, 2. Uh-oh, I see some things that are the same. You guys see that? These y's are the same. It's one of those tricky ones. So your slope is y minus y, which is 2 minus 2 over 3 minus 6, which is 0 over negative 3, which is 0. That's a 0 slope. So 0 slope means that it's a horizontal line. So if you were to graph these, 6, 2 looks like this right there, and 3, 2 is like right here. See the other horizontal line? It's a horizontal line. And that's it. That's your homework.